Now that I know that the nails are on the ends and not on the inside, I'll take a walk through here. This is not active right here. It splits off of this one, which is, this one's no longer used. In case anyone's wondering, I love that wood. Like, I know it's rotted, I just like the way it looks. So I'll go up one side, and right there, see, now that I know, that's another 29. You'd think it would be an obvious thing. Well, I've been looking on the insides for years, and once you see one or two, you're going to see them on that side for a long ways, for miles. But I never thought, even though someone had told me last year, the state that they lived in, they were on the outside. This one's all rotted, and you can see a nail in it. It's just laying there. Another 29, so they all seem to be 29s. See, it just fell down because it's rotted. That's a keeper. What do we got here? Look how old these ties are. So, and the funny thing is, I found that one yesterday. Didn't see it on the way in because there was vultures all over the place here, coming really low. They like to hang out here. And there's a tower over there that they sit on at night. They perch on a cell tower. I don't know why they choose a cell tower, but they seem to like it. So I wasn't really paying attention coming in. If I was, it would have been right here. But most of this is covered with like these stones. As you go up here, it's covered up more. Yeah, but on the way out, once I saw that one, first, when I got to the end, I'll tell you the whole story. I saw a nail in the end of a tie, but it was bent and there was no date on it. It was so worn down. So I didn't make a video of it because I couldn't tell. It looked like the basic size of a date nail, but because there was no date on it, I didn't know for sure. And then when I got up to, well, I think it was pretty close to here. It was on my way out, somewhere in here. And I saw that 129, and once I saw that one, boom, 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 I saw 3 or 4 more. Like, here's one right here. Again, 29, so there's a lot of 29s here. And of course, you got spikes. And that's funny, once you see them, like when I was in New Hampshire, I didn't even have to try. I didn't even have to bend down. It's like they just jump out at you. Now they're pretty much spread apart for the most part. What do we got here? I like to read these too. We got a Colorado. And maybe I can read a date here. Colorado. Yeah, look at that. Look at the age of that. A 1915. So there's some old rail here. And you can see just washouts and stuff here. So that's probably a good reason why this isn't used. And this connects to that section I showed you, I don't know, a few weeks ago, where the tracks just disappear into the woods like this. It goes into stuff like that. You can somewhat see the rails, but it's obviously not used anymore. There's another one, another 29. So pretty consistent with the 29s. So they're probably going to continue on this side. On the way back, I'll look on the other side, but that seems to be the pattern. There'd be no reason for them to be on the other side. So some of these plates I'll see Colorado, some I'll see Santa Fe. I'll show you those. Just see if there's any more nails here. There's a lot of spikes. I was talking to people about it, and I showed them my collection of nails, and they thought this is what I was talking about. They thought I was talking about spikes because they'd never heard of the date nails before. A lot of people haven't. I mean, I didn't till a little over a year ago. That's a Santa Fe. All right, we'll keep looking. See, and even if they were on the insides, they're all covered up right here. So I don't know how long ago they stopped using this, but man, it must have been a long time ago because a lot of these railroad ties are completely crushed. They're shifted over, they're just gone. There's some more 1915 rail. Haven't seen any more nails. These are covered up, so I'll have to wait till I get up here. Just completely buried. I'm thinking the telegraph poles, yeah, they would have been on this side. The newer ones are over here. Let's see, keep an eye out, see if there's anything left over there. Maybe I could find some insulators. I usually just find pieces of them. Some more spikes. So stay out of that wind. And that doesn't look it, but I bet it's not too bad. A little bit soft right here. Been stepping in mud here and there. What is that? I have no idea what that says. I've never seen that. Something to do with Colorado, I guess. It says Colorado after that, all that stuff. Let's see. Oh, there's another one. And again, it's a 29. So consistently with the 29s. How about that? Another one that is, oh, that looks like that's a 30 something. I want to say 38. 38 or 36 maybe. I think it's a 38. All right, so mostly 29s, and then with that 138. As it heats up, you're going to hear them cicadas. I've seen some big ones. Let's check this over here. I've never seen or heard so many cicadas. They're loud. Nature's white noise, as a commenter said. Oh, so these dogs go crazy. Sorry. Ah, I see aqua blue. Is that an insulator? Watch where I step. Oh, it's a piece. Yeah, it's just the top part of an insulator. You can see the threads inside of it. Looks like there's still a piece of wood screwed into it. See how thick that is? There's probably a ton of those in here. It looks like, yeah, I wouldn't be able to find anything in there. And there's an old rail. If those are 1915s, I can't imagine what that would be. That's a lot smaller. It's not as high. Yeah. Guess we're finding things. Oh, look how much that one has shifted. That's also Santa Fe. You can clearly see that. And it's still the same, Colorado. At least that one has a month on it, but I can't see the year. But look at the washouts. They'd have to do a ton of repairs to get this going again. There's no dirt under these. There's nothing. They're just hanging. Haven't seen any more nails. These might be newer, like within the past, who knows, 30 years or so. Kind of doubting most of them are. There's another Colorado, Santa Fe. Keep an eye out over here for insulators. Because there would have been a row of telegraph poles. I don't know if up there or down here. I'm not sure. Yeah, a lot of washouts here. Some more spikes. More Santa Fe. And some of these ties are just completely gone. There's anchors. More anchors. Glass here. That's the kind of glass I'm looking for. That's really soft right there. Alright, keep moving along. Alright, this is where it crosses. This is all washed out. I showed you guys this before. And the tracks just disappear. And these ties here are totally gone. I mean, look at that. Like I said, I think I made a video of this spot before. But yeah, this is like totally gone. See if there's any nails I didn't notice before. These are all buried, so it's gonna be hard to see if they're on that side. There's that old switch there. Probably some old poles in here, but it's so thick. Probably hear the farm rail in the distance. Yep, these are gone. They're still there. You can see them going down the other end. They don't cross the street anymore, but it's still there. I haven't seen any nails. A few places. Not there. These ones are totally rotted off. All right, so what I'll do is head back down the other side and see if I see anything over there. Well, that I can see. Very muddy. We got a collection of things here. We got some rebar, anchor, and some nails. Or nails, here I go calling them nails. Spikes. Yep. A lot of these are buried. So it seems to be pretty consistent with a Colorado rail, 1915. Look at these anchors even. They're anchors and the plate just so old that it's just gone. You can just imagine the age, and we already saw the age of the rails, so I don't know if I can see on the other side. I wouldn't think there'd be any nails on the other side. Like I said, they're usually consistent. And this stretch I'm on is maybe a quarter mile. So I don't think they would have changed. Here's one with no head on it. It's funny because it's not completely rusted either. Huh. I don't know if I can find a collection of them somewhere. I've been talking to the farm rail about when they leave piles of railroad ties. And he goes, yeah, you can look through them. But he said, you're probably not going to find too many date nails in this area. You're going to find them down the other way. So, pretty shocked that I am finding a few out of thousands of ties, maybe a handful of nails that I've seen. So, and a lot of them are buried too, so I wouldn't know anyway. So they're usually pretty good about that stuff. They actually, here we have Atwoods, which is basically a Tractor Supply. We do have Tractor Supplies here, but Atwoods will actually sell the railroad ties. So that's pretty cool too. So every so often I'll pull in the parking lot and I'll look at their their supply of railroad ties to see if there's any nails in them. So I'd have to ask them, does that go with the tie, or can I take the nail? Is that part of the sale? I don't know. I'll think about that one. Boy, some of this metal is so old. It's just pieces. There's some more threaded rod. These tires are completely gone. Let's Looks like a tie rod or something here. Yeah, these are all buried. That actually looks like, I'm not gonna be able to walk too far in there. It looks like a stub of a post or something. I'm not sure what side. I think they would have been on that side, but who knows? The telegraph poles, maybe both. Who knows? It looks like maybe a post right there, a piece. That's really muddy. Another spike. If you like spikes, it's a place to be. Footprints in there, probably raccoons or something. I guess this is a pretty popular shortcut. I ran into a few people yesterday and jokingly asked them if they work for the railroad. They said, no, this is a shortcut we take. That's cool. Might as well. Yeah, so likelihood of seeing those on this side is pretty low because, again, I saw them over here. But I think a total of maybe 4 or 5, that's about it. Normally you'll see them, from what my experience is, you'll see them on one side for miles actually. And there's some brick over there from the Acme brick yard, which is actually over there. Oh, Elmo. Somebody lost their Elmo. Poor little fella. Another Colorado. 1929. Alright. Coming back to where it meets the active one, so I am done today. Hopefully I can get back out in a couple of different sections. But now at least I know, again, the nails are on the outside. Don't see too many of them, but found a few anyway. See you soon.